Hello everyone, I'm Jake and I'm going to show you how to sand and polish resin to look like glass. Let's do this. We have this platter or bowl or whatever you want to call it that's made out of all scrap resin. There's a couple pieces of wood in here, but you get the point. It's mostly resin. And I turned it kind of rough so that you could see all these grooves all the way around here. I did that to accentuate what we're going to do. I'm going to start sanding at 120 grit. You can use cheap little circle things like this. This should go on a drill attachment. These are real cheap off of Amazon, but they're going to get clogged up really quick. And there's nothing wrong with doing it. They are cheap, so you could do that. I'm going to use some Abernet 120. Basically, it's like a screen door. All the dust is going to fly out of there. And you can either put it on a drill or just hold it there like that. I'm going to go ahead and put this on a drill. You could take the time to cut it circle or whatever you want to do, but that's what I'm going to do right now. I want to make this as flat as I can. I'm going to sand it a little bit and then show you. Normally when I'm doing you can see the dust collection right here, and I have a Air Shield Pro that I don't know how much I'm going to use it today because I'm trying to talk to you on camera, but this is how I normally do it, so be safe in your own shops. I really didn't sand that much yet, but I wanted you to see these lines, this circle right here, and there's some around here. See how you can just tell that it's not the same level? That's what we're going to get. This circle right here is a little bit deeper than the rest of it, so we need to sand until we get that out. This first grit is very, very important. If we went on to the second grit right now, we would never get that out, or it would be super, super difficult. So let me go ahead and sand this some more and get it flat, and then I'll show you the difference. Now, as you can see across here, I don't see any deep lines, but that doesn't mean this is finished. What we need to do now is go by hand. This is how I do it. There's many ways to do this, but this is how I do it. And I just go sideways. And I'm going to do that until I'm satisfied, and then we'll work on these areas around here. I'm pretty satisfied in here. It's pretty uniform. It doesn't look great yet because it's 120 grit. It's not going to look great yet, but it feels flat. I don't see any grooves at this time, so now I need to concentrate on this side right here. There's it's concave right there, so I'm just going to use sandpaper and hit it here, and I'll show you. I can see that didn't take much sanding, and I don't see any deep things to worry about, so I'm gonna crosshatch this way, and I'm just as long as I'm not going the exact same direction as this, and I go from the side a little bit, then it's gonna be all right. I'm gonna do this until I don't see any lines, and I think it's good. And I'm gonna do the same thing with this and this little angle at the bottom here. So I'm gonna go ahead and hand sand the rest of this, and I will come back to you when I feel like this is as good as this. I hope you can see this. It's all uniform, just like the inside of the bowl. And the thing I do now is I'm gonna get some denatured alcohol, and I'm gonna clean all up, make sure all that old dust is off. That's one thing it does. And then the second thing it does is it makes me feel good because I get to kind of see what it's gonna look like. So I'll do this in here first, and then we'll do this around here, and you'll start to see how cool this thing's gonna be. Ooh, look how cool that is. So that was 120 grit. I'm gonna go up to 400 grit dry. You can use the Abernet sandpaper wet if you want to, but I like to see the scratches. If you get it wet, then it's harder to see the scratches. So once I get it to 400 and it's flat, then I feel comfortable going to wet sandpaper. So I'm gonna go through the next 3 grits off camera. When we come back, I'll be at 400 grit dry. This is 400 right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the denatured alcohol on there just to see and to clean it off. We're about to start wet sanding. And as you can see, that's pretty cool, but here in a second, you're gonna see that it's still hazy. And a little bit of sanding will clean that up, and then what we do in the next step will clean that up even more. So let me show you how hazy it is when that dries. Now you can see these spots over here. You can't really see through them. It's still hazy, so we're gonna, it's wet sand. Wet sanding is the exact same thing, but we're gonna do it all by hand. We're gonna turn the lathe on and sand it, and then we're gonna stop it and go the opposite directions, just like we did with the dry sandpaper. Just a little bit of a side note here. I started with 4 and then went to 6, 8. I didn't have 1,000, so I'm going to 12, but in between each one, I'm drying this off and I'm cleaning it off with denatured alcohol, just like I did on the dry sandpaper. And I went a couple grits. This was getting dirty, so I went ahead and changed that. So just keep that in mind. So we have this sanded to 1,200. 1,000 is pretty good, but I didn't have any 1,000 sandpaper. So 1,000 is good on that. I showed where you can go to Yorkshire Grit Original to start off with and then go to this on a different video, and you'll be able to click on that one at the end of this video. But this is Yorkshire Grit Microfine, and I'm gonna go straight to that after 1,200. But don't be afraid to use this stuff. Get some on there and rub it all over the piece like that. Probably go ahead and lock that down. We're gonna rub it all over this thing, and to make sure, pretty much make sure it's lubricated up, because we're about to turn this lathe on and rub it in. So I'm gonna put this all over everything. I have this thing covered. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the lathe and just let the paper towel work it in there. You can kind of feel some grit right here. The more you work it in, the less grit you're gonna feel. When you stop feeling grit, you're done. Once you think you've already got to the end of the life of the Yorkshire Grit and you think you're good, go ahead and start getting the excess off with the paper towel. And just get it all off of there until it stops coming off on the paper towel. Ooh-wee. Super cool. This looks awesome right now, but believe it or not, that's not finished. Yorkshire Grit is not a finish. You could do something like a microcrystal wax like this from Doctor's Wood Shop, but I prefer doing buffing wheels. You can have buffing wheels on a drill. I have them that fit on the lathe. If this was a small enough crevice where I couldn't fit the buffing wheels in there, I would put one on a drill and I would get in there. But I need to turn the back side of this, and hopefully I don't wreck it. And then when I come back, we'll be buffing, and then I'll show you the final product. Here are the buffing wheels that I use. The last wheel is carnauba wax, so that's going to be the final finish of your project. You can use the microcrystalline wax while it's on the lathe, or you could do it this way. I prefer this way. I think it leaves less streaks in it and things like that. And once again, you'll see this thing at the end of this video, which is coming up pretty soon. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you got something out of it. If you did, go ahead and subscribe, leave me a comment, hit a thumbs up button. And I also do a live show every Saturday. That's where we made that blank at. Come and visit us on there. It's a great group of people that hang out on there, and we'd be happy to see you.